Hey y'all, Seraphima. I'm getting dressed really quick. My dog decided to scare the shit out of me, and I thought he had swallowed his bone, his marrow bone, but he really just buried it, like the wolf that he is. So, zipping up my back. I'm gonna go put some earrings on. We're doing live donation-based tarot readings today. It's going to be a collective reading that I'm going to do. Anyone who donates any donation, I'll do a personalized reading for them on the live. Go ahead and include your TikTok username. Yeah, I'll be right back. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. You guys want to help me pick out my earrings? I got this cute ass bodysuit. I got it from Solido. Let's see. I still got tons of rings. What's up, Jera? My name's Seraphima Marie. We're doing personalized tarot readings this evening. Let's see. Should we stick with my... What's up, Barbara? My name's Seraphima. We're doing personalized tarot readings today, so if you want to go ahead and get a personalized reading, give that donation to my Cash App, Venmo, PayPal at Seraphima Marie. Let's see. Right now we're just picking out some earrings because I'm a little behind today because my dog decided to scare the shit out of me by trying to bury his bone. I got him like a live marrow bone and he buried it and I thought he fucking swallowed it. What do you guys think of that ring? Yeah? Alright. Focus, Seraphima. Do you guys ever say it to yourself? Do you ever tell yourselves to just focus? Do you want to just do hoops? What do you guys think? What's up, Yoshi? What's your name? I see Yoseline. Yoseline! Go ahead and put questions in the comments. Any questions about me? Questions about the process of tarot? Questions about what getting a personalized reading is like? Anything. That's my grandma's ring. We're going to wear that too. Boo. What's up, Paul? My name's Seraphima. I'm an intuitive oracle, tarot reader, root worker, Kemetic deity practitioner. I offer personalized readings on tarot for donation. If anybody wants to go ahead and set up a donation-based tarot reading at Seraphima Marie, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. Right now I'm just picking out some earrings because your girl's running a little behind, but there's no such thing because time is a construct. So... I think I'm gonna wear these hematite earrings. There's a couple of options right now. I think we're just gonna go with the first instinct and stick with the hematite. Is anyone watching the Super Bowl? My family's downstairs watching it, but I'm here spending time with y'all. I got solfeggio frequencies playing in the background. It's all 9 solfeggios consecutively. This is an 18-up tarot reading, so if any kitties are around, go ahead and swipe. Keep looking for your evening's entertainment because it's not going to be here. But we do partake of Mama Ganja, so if anyone wants to get their shit set up, go for it. I'm going to start lighting some candles and setting the space, and we're going to get started. Thank you guys for being here first and foremost. I want to set the space with intention, with positive vibes. Let's see here if I can get the Y'all read that now? Do. Positive vibes is the incense that we're going to be using to set the intention of the space. So that's what we want to bring forth here today during this tarot reading. I'm going to light some candles. I already have a candle burning for my ancestors and my angelic guides. As I said, I'm an oracle, which to me means that I participate with, engage with dimensions and beings of higher dimensions that are not necessarily human. And I take messages from them and I translate them into an understanding that we as humans can digest. What's up, Anna? My name's Seraphima. We're doing a collective tarot reading, but also personalized tarot readings. If you want to go ahead and donate, can Venmo, Cash App, PayPal at Seraphima Marie. We're going to use something else, tried and true. We're just going to set some intentions. We're going to invite the higher energies that seek to serve the greatest and highest good of any and all beings here, harm to none, so that we might come to understand and have greater clarity of our purpose here, of the intention of our soul, our greatest and highest being for being in this dimension, what we seek to, how we seek to serve, how we seek to give back to humanity. As an oracle, my goal is to help you embody your greatest and highest self, your most grounded self. I seek to lead Tuesdays and gays to their... Why is this not working? I seek to guide Tuesdays and days to embrace their shadow and make love to life so that they can align with their highest vibrational reality. I believe that sensual empowerment, sensual embodiment is the basis of really understanding the power of alchemy, the power of manifestation. So I teach sensual embodiment as a coach. I teach people how to read tarot. I'm a self-taught intuitive tarot reader. As I said, we got a plethora of decks here that we're going to be using, okay? We're going to be using the Dreams of Gaia tarot. This is a tarot deck, but also I like to look at it as an oracle deck, given the fact that it has cards that aren't included in the traditional tarot, the traditional Smith Rider-Waite tarot. And so it gives you an expanded picture, expanded interpretation. If you're not familiar with tarot, it involves pulling cards that source, spirit, God, whatever higher beings, powers, energies that you seek to communicate with, can utilize the cards to communicate with you and convey a message, give you insights on what will allow you to experience the most ease, what will allow you to come to a place of the path of least resistance, the path of most acceptance. If anyone's familiar with Abraham Hicks' work, I'm a big believer in their work. Abraham is a multidimensional being or entity, a multitude of entities that the person Esther works with, and through their communication, through their honing and their understanding of putting what they call rockets of desire into the vortex, you can co-create with the universe. And I believe that we are all creatrixes and creators here. So we got 4 decks. We've got the Starseed Oracle from Rebecca Campbell. We've got the Marigold Tarot from 13th Press. We've got the Empress Visions Tarot. Let's see, the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck by Matt Hughes. These are the decks, all the decks that I currently have. I don't necessarily think that as a tarot reader that you need to have a plethora of decks. I really think that if you find the decks that communicate and speak to you most clearly, that's what's going to be most effective. However you receive the message most clearly. Okay? Let's see. Look at this. I also realized that last time we were all together, I spelled Seraphima wrong. And I also spelled it all backwards, so let's go. I'm gonna move some stuff around really quick. Get some more space in this bitch. We're just gonna have all of this shit up here. Making more room for tarot. Making more room. This is the process, y'all. Learning, expanding, always being open to having an experience that might be uncomfortable, always being willing to put yourself in a position that you might not have considered before. That's the whole point and purpose of us being here, is to have as an energetic infinite being, to have a corporal experience, a 3D tangible experience in which we really don't know what something's going to be like until we do it, until we go to that place. So that's really the basis of all of my practice. That's really the basis of everything that I do as a esoteric spiritual teacher. What's up, RJ? I'm a esoteric practitioner, spiritual guide, tarot reader. We're doing a collective reading tonight, but I'm also offering personalized readings for donation. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal at Seraphima Marie. We're getting everything set up here. We've got multiple tarot decks on the board tonight. Every single tarot deck that I have. If you were to do a donation, you just got to go to Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Seraphima Marie. Go ahead and put your tarot or your TikTok username in there. Yeah. And then you'll post your question here and we'll get started. And based upon your donation, I'll give you whatever kind of reading I feel called to give. Okay? So the first card that we've got here is the Death card. Oop. Death card, okay? This card represents Scorpio energy. It's Pluto, Mars energy. It represents the transformation, the unfolding of events that could potentially be foreseen, but it's really for the greatest and highest good of all, okay? It's really bringing in a new version of being, a new way of being, a new earth in which there's no need to hold on to things that no longer serve us or to scrape and get by because of scarcity. We're living in an earth in which everything is a fertile void, which everything comes back to itself, okay? That's the first card we've got. I want to pull the next card on the top of the deck. We got the King of Wands in reverse, okay? So this is death to ego. This is death to vanity. This is death to self-centered, superficial focuses in this world, in this reality. Can I get more clarity on that, Spirit? Okay, we got the Seven of Wands. No longer feeling the need to defend yourself, or coming to a place where we're so bitter that we believe that there's no one in this world that cares for us. There's no one in this world that wants to help us, okay? We've got the Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep, okay? It's not about hoarding things or keeping your passions to yourself. It's really about sharing your song, sharing your unique voice in the collective, really letting your freak flag fly, letting your spiritual esoteric signal fly, shine, because that's really the only way that you're going to find others like you. You know, like attracts like. but in order for a force to come in an opposing way, or a force to be attracted, there has to be a polarity, there has to be a power that's coming here, okay? Hey, Kat. Next we have the Four of Wands, the Four of Fire in this deck, okay? And so what this is, the Four of Wands is really, what are you trying to say here, Spirit? Traditionally, it's about building something that's going to last an eternity. It's about having a strong foundation. It can sometimes be about divine union, having a spiritual twin flame, if that's something that you align with, union with someone. But in this card, in this tarot deck, it's represented as someone that has an arrow, has a clear sight of vision, has their eye on the target, and is not going to stop until they reach that target, until they get a bullseye. And so really what I'm seeing here from this spread that I have right now for the collective is we have the Death card, we have the reverse King of Wands, we have the reverse Seven of Wands, we have the Oracle of the Whale and Orca Elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep, and then we have the Four of Wands, the Four of Fire, okay? And what this is saying to me is that it's safe for you to put yourself out there, it's safe for you to express your deepest passions, it's safe for you to build that dream, to invest in that, I don't want to say fantasy, but you know what others in this world have potentially told you is a fantasy. I'm gonna get a soda real quick. I gotta you know, the past generations that are still practicing and trying to earn in the Piscean way, in the way of capitalism, in the way of colonialism, in the way of, you know, going to school, getting a job, working until you're dead, and then dying, right? Like just waiting for death to get here. And we're really challenging that as a generation. We're really challenging that. I need to move this, don't I? We're really challenging that as a generation, as a group, in the way that we are redefining commerce, in the way that we are redefining, what's the word, Spirit? Society. So, you know, we as a generation, people would say like millennials are here. What is the deal here? Where do you want to be? Do you want to be right here? Yes, you do. La la la. Donation-based tarot is what that's saying. I'm not gonna leave it there. That looks terrible. Lol. I'm a Libra sun, y'all. Sun and Mercury. But also my Venus is in Scorpio, my Lilith is in Taurus. I love beautiful things. I'm a sucker for beautiful things. Alright, I'm gonna try and rearrange this here. We're listening to solfeggio frequencies, so if you love that, go ahead and check out Meditative Minds. They have a solfeggio frequency video that is literally all of the frequencies at once, consecutively, which I love. We're doing a collective or a collaborative reading, a general reading right now, but if you want to get a personalized reading, go ahead and check out that Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. At Seraphima Marie, Fema with a PH, I-M-A, okay? So this is really about having your eye on the prize, having a goal for yourself, having, believing that your dream can be manifest into this physical reality. The Suit of Wands is all about passions and fire and divine inspiration, divine aligned action, inspired action, okay? It's really about trusting that the time of ego, the time of self-centered procreation and growth just for the sake of monetary gain, of needing to constantly defend the things that are unseen, that are important to us. It's really about trusting that we can be in flow and that the universe is guiding us, and that the arrow of life, the arrow of source is giving us propulsion, okay? I'm feeling called to pick up this card right here. Oh, we're gonna flip it over. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Whew. Spirit, thank you for this guide. Thank you for this gift. Thank you for this gift of insight. So on the half deck, okay, so on top of this deck we had the Four of Wands, okay, the Four of Fire. And now here we have the Four of Cups, okay? So it's talking about not getting caught up in your own beauty, not getting, like, you know, this is a very interesting way of looking at this card. In the typical Rider-Waite-Smith, it's a man or individual sitting under a tree, and there's three cups in front of him, and a fourth cup is being offered, and he's turned away, and he's kind of sulking and not necessarily open to receiving the possibility of what is available to them. But in this point, it's saying that basically you're so caught up in looking at your flaws, you're so caught up at looking at the imperfections of trying to perfect yourself, looking in the mirror, that you isolate yourself, that you get to a point where you no longer believe that you have a powerful story to share, that there is a community that aligns with you, that understands your song, that... I'm gonna get another card, Spirit. Half deck or on top? On top? Okay. Oh my goodness. So this is the called card here, okay? Called. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. That's literally what I'm saying. It's like, it's not about looking at your imperfections and flaws. It's not about looking at how far you still have to go, but accepting in the now that you have a contribution that you can make, that you have the power to contribute to the parts of your identity that matter to you, the parts of your soul, your ancient spirit self that sing to you in this lifetime, in this incarnation, okay? We're called to practice remembering. We're called to bring forth memories that, if not... Spirit, what are you trying to say? Give me some clarity. Top of the deck or half? Bottom? Okay. Okay, Spirit. Oh my gosh, this is just hammering it home, okay? Four of Swords. So this is, once again, so we have 4 elements, 4 suits in tarot, which is the wands, the cups, the swords, and the pentacles, and it represents the 4 elements that we have in nature, which is water, earth, air, and fire. And so we have 3 of the 4 elements in the suit of 4 right now. So this is really all about like a sure foundation. 4 is a sacred number of the cube, the sacred number of growth, of finding divine inspiration that aligns with community, and like a belief system of a whole generation, a whole people that is coming forth to change the way in which we have been receiving information, the way in which we have been ensuring our survival, okay? Spirit, half deck? Yes. Oh my god, what the fuck was I just saying? Okay, this is the 4 of Pentacles. We have every single 4 of the suit here, okay? And it's reversed, and it's saying that... Spirit, how do you want me to explain this? You believe that by... hoarding your secrets, hoarding your special gifts, hoarding your spiritual calling, hiding it from the reality, hiding it from the universe will allow you to experience peace and abundance. And really, it's, to me, this is saying that... Spirit, give me more insight. That... Yes. That the way to beginning this new earth, the way to experience abundance in this new earth is only by following your passions, only by following the expression of your most expanded self. So if you're operating in service to another, or you're operating in the not necessarily in service to another. Let me take that back. Spirit, give me more clarity on that, please. If you're operating from the agendas of others that do not align with your highest self, it's going to make that known. It's going to show you that this is not the path for you, and that might feel like poverty, that might feel like sickness, that might feel like frustration, but there's always a reason why we experience what we experience. Every experience serves a purpose. Every experience, if we can be aware of it, has a place in our lives, okay? And this is saying that... Excuse me, let me change that music real quick. No. There we go. Okay. Lol. It's saying that anything unauthentic and unaligned will die. Like, it will just fade away. And that's the natural way of the world. That's the natural way of creation. Death and rebirth are one and the same. There is no way to remove those 2 things from each other. When you give birth, you experience death, dying, bleeding, tearing. When you die, there is life. There is like immense amounts of spiritual release in those moments, and that is living. That is the expression or the transition of our soul from this plane into the plane in which it originates, the plane in which its home sits, right? So we are basically honing into, tapping into a console. Our brain is a computer console that we hone into, link into, almost like a VR headset, to be able to experience this reality and all the sensations that it brings, okay? Let me go ahead and just look at these. Favorite 21, what is up? Do you have any questions for me? So glad to have you here. I'm doing, this is a collective reading that I'm doing, but if this resonates, I'd love to do a personalized reading for you. Any donation is welcome at Seraphima Marie on Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these back in and see if there's any other collective readings for us. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about what that message was for, what we were trying to express? Really, that's my whole mission here, is that by experiencing and honing into the deepest, darkest parts of you that you might have been taught were not lovable or uninhabitable or not like viable with life, and I'm here to say that that is untrue, and that is simply the misunderstood, unforeseen parts of you that have yet to be interpreted in a way that this realm understands. And so by fully knowing and expressing and experiencing your corporal experience, by not shying away or escaping from your corporal experience, and knowing that every single experience, every moment that you have on this planet has something to teach you, if we're paying enough attention, if we are focused in our understanding of our experience of joy and pleasure in this realm as an ability to it is our right to experience pleasure. It is our right to crave what we want to crave. I'm a huge believer in the practice of existential kink, which is the understanding that we are infinite, powerful beings that choose to be in this dimension in order for our own gratification and edification, our own experience, and purely for experience. So the labels of good and bad, right and wrong, evil and light, dark and light, you know, they are not separate. They exist in complexity. I was just watching the film The School of Good and Evil, and it talks about things that can be perceived as good, things that can look good, that look nice, that look easy, that smell good. That doesn't necessarily mean that they are good at heart. It is not what we are. It is not what we look like, but it is what we do that defines us, okay? And in every moment, we have the ability, we have the innate right to choose how we want to express ourselves, how we want to experience this dimension. And so I want to encourage you to experience a life of liminality, to always choose to focus on the experience of what is happening to you, and understand that it is occurring to your body, but not to your soul, not to your spirit, not to your deepest, most ancient, most holy, most divine self, okay? That your divine self is choosing to have these experiences because it does not function from a logical place, but from an esoteric place in which it desires to have divine revelation of experience. The cutting edge of the new, the cutting edge of the unknown is what our spirit desires. That's interesting that this card is left. Ah, holy fuck. Okay. So this is the reverse tower. This is usually the tower upright means that something that it needs to make way, it's divine destruction, it's Kali. It is Kaliman, that what no longer serves us must be burned. And so if I'm seeing this in reverse, it means that we're coming to a place in which we have burned away all that needs to be burned. We are coming to this place of newness, this place of revelation, where our past no longer defines us, where in every moment we are alchemizing. Thank you, Spirit. We are alchemizing our lead to gold, our pain to power, okay? And so that's exactly what I see in this Nine of Wands, which I love that this card, this is the Marigold Tarot deck. This is displayed with sunflowers, because this to me means that we are always like pointing towards the sun. There's no matter where we are, we will always like look towards the sun, because we are the sun. We are in a place and a time in which our divine independence and our ability to serve the unity of the collective through our own unique expression is our highest calling. So there's nothing else that you are meant to be doing here but serving yourself, but serving the highest and greatest good of everything that you know, okay? If this is resonating for you, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe. I'm always open to new clients. I am a sensual embodiment coach. I want to teach you how to enjoy and experience pleasure in all avenues and aspects of your experience here on Earth. I believe that no matter what kind of pain you've experienced in your past, that pain serves you. And it's just a matter of coming to a place of understanding, as I've said, that what occurs to us on this planet, what occurs to us in this domain does not define us. It is simply the experience of what we take away and learn from those experiences, okay? I'm shuffling through all these decks. I'm riffle shuffling. I know you guys can't really see it because of the little table right here. Let me just move this down. But I riffle shuffle, I back deck, and I also, Lord Jesus, stop popping out, y'all. And that's also the Two of Swords, okay, which is all talking about that at any point in time you have the ability to make the choice that you are choosing to sit in this darkness so that you can contemplate your options, okay? Contemplating options, because there's always a multitude of options. I used to think as a child that once I got to a place of adulthood, I would have the answers to everything and every single question in my life. And as I've grown and as I've experienced life, as I've been divorced, as I've, had multiple long-term marriages in which I lived with someone and had, children with someone, I've learned that there is no plateau, there is no reaching a place in which it all stops or it all comes to a culmination of understanding, and until we die, that's it. That's the only time in which we have that full clarity of understanding of every single moment that's occurred. Because until the moment that you take your last breath and you transition from this dimension, you really don't know how the story is going to continue to unfold. And even after you transition to that place from before, that place where the soul rests when we are not incarnated in a dimension of material, it's the biggest plan that we have yet to reveal. It's the dream inside the sleep mind of the sleeping giant. There's no way to know the biggest picture because it's always unfolding, it's always expanding, it's always creating newness, all right? There's always a new narrative. All right. Collective reading. We've got heaven and earth. Literally what I'm talking about, okay? This is 11. This is the card that I think embodies the world. This is the card that has all the spirit animals and totems in it. And I think that this is exactly what I'm speaking about. This is the fact that, heaven is on earth and earth is heaven. It's all about the paradise or the paradigm that we create for ourselves, okay? Oh, you're not alone. We're always creating community and connection. You are not isolated. You are not without physical connection or community. Separation is merely an illusion. No matter where you are in life, what's happening to you in your life, no matter how misunderstood you feel by your immediate family, no matter how judged or underestimated you feel. Oh my Lord, it's the Nine of Wands again, okay? So it's just further reiteration. It's this is the time that we have worked for. This is the time that we have struggled for, manifested for, okay? Eight of Pentacles reverse. This is saying that now this is the time to receive. This is the we have sown the seeds. We have harvested the grain, and it's now we're in a time in which we are waiting to see how the next harvest unfolds, how these struggles have come to be. And we're always going to come to a point where our struggles may not be interpreted in the way that we had planned, or we have to have non-attachment to the outcome of the circumstance. Okay, so let me explain to you what I mean by that. Even if we believe that we have got the whole picture and interpretation from our spirit guides, our team, our higher ancestral beings and ethereal beings to know everything that's happening, they might potentially give us an idea or impression of what something means and how it will go, because we need to go to a certain place to experience and learn something in order for us to understand the next phase, the next level, the next step of our evolution. And unless we had gone to that place that was not our final stopping place, our final resting place, we would never have been able to understand or even know that there was a doorway to another higher place. Okay? And so right now, when we're experiencing things of great contrast, things that allow us to see this is not what I've envisioned, this is not what I'm calling in, this is the reverse King of Wands, this is not the inspiration that I had envisioned, this was not, this is sometimes getting your wishes answered, and You got exactly what you wanted, and it still doesn't bring you that happiness, that joy, that satisfaction, that peace. And that's because nothing outside of you can give you that peace and that permission to succeed, that permission to rest in holiness and in sacredness, sacred sensuality, sacred sexuality, okay? Oh, man. Let me check in on what time we got. What's up, Alien Sav? My name is Seraphima Marie. We're doing a collective tarot reading right now. I do offer personalized readings. Right now we're really talking about what Spirit is calling us to, and a greater picture is like what we can give now. It doesn't matter about what we want in the ideal or the highest version. It's about acting and aligning with the vision that we have for our reality now. And so it doesn't matter if you have the ability to start that nonprofit organization, foundation, whatever right now, because you can give $5 to someone that needs gas on the side of the road. It doesn't matter if you can go on to that Fortune 500 company and be a CEO and give millions for a tax break, because the most powerful and the equally as powerful thing that you can contribute to the universe is simply helping someone get to their grandmother's funeral on the res. Like, you know, there's all these ways in which capitalism and colonialism have shunted our ability to like experience life as the constantly changing, ever impulsive like beings that we are. Like, we're constantly being called now to live in the moment. And there are ways that we can make that moment easier for those around us. There's a way in which we can live our highest, most divine self in the moment, because we create something to create abundance in which we are able to turn around and reap that, like, reciprocate that abundance upon another. And that is the whole point of life. Like, you have met the match. You have met your mark of life, if that's what you're doing here, okay? Let me go ahead and just check what time frame we're in. Make sure I'm not ignoring any of the people. Alrighty, we got about 15 minutes left. I really feel like the same message is just going to be further, like, elucidated this evening. So unless y'all have a specific question about what you want to know, I know everyone potentially could be watching the Super Bowl, but I just want to know that I'm going to be here every Sunday, 8 p.m. The Page of Cups, y'all. Can't make this shit up. I need to open this window. This incense is about to shirt me. Skirt, burt, burt. Skirt, burt, burt. I'm about to take some of my Zaza. Anyone wants to join me in my Zaza break? Just for the kiddies that might be lingering. last card pull of the evening. I appreciate you all for being here, for supporting me, for allowing me to have a space to practice my craft. Everything that we do here is for the greatest and highest good of all, harm to none, only with consent. So I only communicate with and seek to gain information from spirits and entities and extraterrestrial beings, extra multidimensional beings that consent to interact with me, that are able to show me love, are able to interact and respect my boundaries. So you need help with that. If that's something that you're working or practicing, which is like spirit communication and like having sovereign boundaries as a medium, that's something that I would love to teach you. That's something that I love to share with you. I am putting together a master class that's going to be coming up in the summer this year. I'm going to start putting out information and details on that in the spring. That's going to be all about sensual embodiment, how simply we can experience pleasure and joy in our lives through sensuality and through the embodiment of now, and through understanding that we are liminal beings that can change and shift and hold multiple contrasting ideas at once, and this can create a expanded experience of pleasure and expanded experience of our human dimension. So look forward to giving you guys more information about that. I'm working on courses to be able to teach tarot to you so that you can go ahead and, communicate with the god deities and beings that seek to communicate with you and your journey and give you precise information, because I really do feel that, we are the experts of our own experience, and the only way that you can really know the next step to take on the path is by asking your highest self, your intuitive wisdom, where that step is. And sometimes that means taking a step in the leap of faith without knowing what the outcome is going to be. That's what intuition is like taking a step based upon a feeling that is not yet concrete, or like it's not yet what's the word, spirit? Cannot think of it. Alright, last pull. Y'all, I can't make this shit up. We just had this card. I just riffle shuffled. Y'all just saw that. Heaven and Earth. It's all about us understanding that we are where we are meant to be. We are at the highest point in our expansion right now, and the way to honor that is by honoring our fellow spiritual beings, our animal brethren, our fellow humans, the human race. Doing anything that you can to support indigenous and BIPOC initiatives, because I believe full-heartedly, and I know in my bones, that the indigenous peoples and the First Nations and those that were here that inherited the wisdom from our multidimensional ancestors, they hold the knowledge of how to resurrect our experience here. They hone and hold and protect wisdom that is vital to the resurrection and the coming of a new earth, okay? I believe in the seventh fire prophecy, which says that in this time there will come a place in which the First Nations and the beings and the holders and the elders of the information from our galactic ancestors will be called to come to us, to beseech us to walk down a new path with them, that we can either choose to walk alone separately as indigenous peoples and First Nations and BIPOC individuals, or we can allow the colonial capitalistic view to walk separately, and that will lead to the destruction of both and everyone mutually. But if we can create a new path and walk down that path together, while utilizing the aspects and the teachings of our elders and First Nations brethren, we can ensure the survival and the sustenance and the abundance of all that live on this planet. That there is a totally new path for us to take together and embark on together. And I think that this is even further confirmed by our next card, which is the Lost Land, Soul Memories and Gifts. You've done this before, okay? So we're bringing back information. We are not bringing it back, we're remembering information. We're bringing it to the forefront of our mind and the practice of our society, okay? Next, we have the Nine of Wands. It's time to shine, baby. It's time to be the sunflower that you are, that you came here to be. I know that it's a hard time to exist when there's so much dense energy, but we came here to move that energy. We came here to be anchors of light and of wisdom that is so much beyond, so much greater than this dimension that we exist in right now, okay? Reverse Page of Cups. What this is telling me is that it's not time to be faint of heart. It's not time to be wishy-washy. It's not time to succumb to judgment. It's not time to succumb to our more selfish or base desires. It's time to utilize those desires as a means of ensuring our own survival. So like, regardless of how we have been taught the world works, the only way that we are going to be able to move forward as a sovereign entities of infinite expanding light is through unity. And unity is not assimilation, okay? Like, it's about understanding like who has the power, who truly has the spiritual information, who has the wisdom and has been like chosen to be the safeguards of vital information. And that, you know, we say that there's history, like Black History Month, or, you know, Native Peoples Month, or like Indigenous Peoples Day, and, you know, it's like, it's not history, it's still actively happening and occurring, you know, like there's still land and water, and like the very balance of our ecosystems is still being challenged, and it's hanging by a thread, and there are, you know, water protectors and indigenous elders and their children that are dying, activists that are dying. Oh, man. And no one's talking about it. No one is bringing light to that, because they want us to continue to believe that we are powerless, and that the only solution is going to come from the hands of a white man. And I don't believe that, and I don't think many of us believe that. So, the Age of Aquarius is here. We're here to overlook our insecurities of ego. We're here to be uncomfortable and be comfortable in discomfort, and to not fall to judgment or jealousy, but to see that it's our time to shine, and that we all have an innate mission to honor the wisdom and the innate power at the source, okay? I love you all. My name is Seraphima Marie. I'm going to be on here doing live tarot, collective reading, also personalized paid readings by donation. Whatever you donate, I will receive, and I will give you a reading based upon that donation, what I feel called, what Spirit wants to communicate to you in that. So, have no fear. Regardless of the donation, you will get exactly what you need to receive from Spirit. I love you all. I wish you all the best. Have a happy Super Bowl. Stay safe. I don't know who's won yet. Enjoy the halftime show with Riri. Love you all.